everybody. Here for the MCRM show podcast in Santa Monica with Mason Musso from Metro Station.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having us, man. It's awesome.
Really cool.
So, we were just talking about a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
State of culture.
Yeah.
And censorship, and basically a lot of people getting banned for wrong things.
Yeah.
Having contrary opinions. What do you see in LA, the culture sort of surrounding that? Do you have a lot of people that are pushing back against that yet, or does it seem to be?
It doesn't feel that way. I think especially here in LA, you kind of have, like a groupthink mentality. I mean, there's only one way of seeing a lot of stuff. Maybe that'll change, but right now it definitely feels like there's only, everyone has this one way of thinking, for sure.
Yeah. We were talking a lot about just being an individual and sort of finding your own path and forging ahead for yourself.
Yeah.
And how do you think that plays in as a musician, as a songwriter? You're always creating something new. Do you think that growing up and always being creative, that played a part in kind of how you view this culture now? There's a lot of conformity. Did it kind of push you away from that because you're always creating your own things?
No, if anything, like being surrounded by a lot of people who just think the same way, it's made me want to expand on my individuality more. I feel like, especially out here in LA, it's become so nihilistic that for me, like a lot of the music I've been writing is has more meaning, kind of more. Here's more hope. And kind of anti-materialism. I'm not singing about money or singing about wealth or anything like that. I'm singing more about stuff that I find interesting. I guess I've always sang about love and written songs about love and stuff like that. But even more so, I've been doing that more. Not so much about partying and stuff. Where I think a lot of the music I used to write was more about just having a good time. Where I think nowadays you might need like a little more than just having fun. I don't know. Yeah,
I think with music and culture and television, it's all partying and craziness. Like we get a huge dose of that all the time.
All the time.
Personally, I like turning on music where I can relate to what they're talking about, but also like find something in it, some hope or like a question, not just, celebration music is fine, but not just celebrating the moment, but like looking forward to something else and like actually,
a little bit more meaning, I think that's really important. I think you had on Akira. He's talked about that a lot. A meaning wave, his whole movement. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, he was breaking it down for us. It's fascinating. He was basically saying like most pop music is written for people or the experience of people between like 16 and 24, 25.
Yeah.
It's like this kind of youthful, exuberant experience, partying, girls, cars, whatever it is.
Yes.
And that, we need to find something for, older people or, or even people that, are in that age range but want to like look forward to the next step and learn and have a different emotion than what is common at this point.
I think you're starting to see it a lot. I think kids are kind of getting sick of, just like, I guess you see it a lot in like, rap or hip hop, just like throwing money around and just partying endlessly. And I think people want a little something more, I think you're starting to see a lot of people, crave something a little bit more than just all that,
Yeah. You see it in different avenues. People are really trying to connect, which is basically how we came together here, just on ideas. We have some common people we're following online, common ideas and values. And it does seem to be a bit of a movement towards trying to, get back to the wholesome age, as Akira calls it. And
yes.
Get back to, not being ashamed of like being a Christian. Like you're going to cross,
That's right.
We got to a point in culture where people, it wasn't cool to be like a Christian or believe in God. And then things are kind of shifting. And Jordan Peterson helped shift that a little bit. People started getting back to the Bible and analyzing it differently.
Yeah. But
this movement seems to be growing now.
Kind of what you just said too about values. I think that's really important as well. I think there's kind of it's kind of right now in the culture it's silly to have any kind of values of any kind, or it's looked at that way. But I think having values is good. Having, you know, things that you will, you know, I'm going to stick to my values in this certain area, and nothing is going to change. I think that's honorable.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's really cool.